Royal Mike Blend Studios.
I think it's too late for reparations. Reparations could have been given maybe 300 years ago.
Should have.
Shit, I'll take
Should
that
have. The issue now is that we got black people that came from motherfuckers who owned slaves, like they great grandfather was slave owners.
Yeah.
And you got white people who great grandmothers were slaves.
Right.
We didn't mix our cultures, our ethnicities have been blended and changed so much that you can go get your ancestry done and find out. For example, for myself, on my mama's side, I know I come from slaves, sharecroppers from the South, right? But on my daddy's side, nobody on my daddy's side was ever a slave.
Oh,
Never.
Yeah.
My great grandfather actually owned slaves.
God.
So, am I owed reparations? Yeah, maybe from my mom's side.
But I mean, they do Indians and everybody else the same way too.
But
They
Indians,
got theirs.
The Indians,
I mean, yeah, they did.
Indians, y'all got first understand first history. We are told that Indians are separate from us.
Right.
Not
When
completely, though.
they never were.
Yeah.
When you look at history, we taught history so fucked up, right?
Oh, yeah,
we
for
learned
sure.
about slavery during February, right? Then we learned about the Indians in November. So we think that they're two different people, but
They're the same people for
they're
sure.
the same
Yeah,
exact people,
without a doubt. Yeah.
And it's actually the same exact timeline. Only thing is you're taught at a different time, so your mind is set
Disconnects it. Yeah.
and you think, oh, Indians were Indians. No, Indians were the indigenous black people who were here,
Yeah, right.
and then they were killed or enslaved. They only had two options.
Right.
I just want the check. And I know there's millions of people who feel the same way I do. I just want the check.
I mean, I feel like the check could build up.
I mean, no,
The black
now,
community.
It could, but will it?
Yeah, that's the question, but
no.
that's up for
I mean, but
us
you
to
got-
do as a people.
You got a lot of people that sit up there, saying that, we're going to do the wrong things with the money, but they gave the money to Japanese, they gave the money to Jews, they gave the money to replenish, different communities, and their come up.
So there
Right,
was a
you
Freedom
know what
of
I mean?
Land
I'm with
Act.
that
What's
too.
the difference between all those people?
But why is it a
They're
conversation?
united. They're united as a people. That's the difference. If we could
Yeah,
unite as a
it's
people,
a mentality. It's not even
Right.
a discipline. It's an understanding. So there was a land act that was given out before slavery even ended. Even if you was a slave, you had
could
the
get
option
that.
to take
Uh-huh.
it.
Right.
You didn't move to the west, which was California, and they gave you 75 acres, and for 5 years you had to keep that land up. And if you did, then that land was then granted to you, right? You know how many black people took advantage of that?
now, well, first, how you gonna get there?
They took
You-
that
you-
shit
you know what I
from them,
mean?
too.
What do you mean? How do you get there? You
If-
leave.
If,
That's how.
if
That's
you're
why
in
it
the
was-
South, we're talking about California. They ain't got no cars. They ain't got nothing to get there.
We had
that
shit.
walk.
The same. Exactly. Freedom is
that walk.
freedom is a choice.
And I'm sure
Oh,
some
wow.
did, but some
Yeah.
like,
And I ain't gonna say slavery is a choice. Freedom is a
Freedom.
choice, because
Right.
I don't want nobody to get offended. But freedom was a choice, and there was hundreds and thousands of black people who took that. But there
Right.
was millions who sat on their ass and said, "Nah,
Yeah.
it's
I ain't gonna
cool
do nothing."
here."
Yeah.
We've been taught to be comfortable, and we so comfortable. We think, "Oh, if you give me some money, I'm gonna do better." That's why niggas get an income tax every year and
do the
blow that
same
house.
shit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Do
feel
the
that.
same
However,
shit.
but do you not think that those people were also scared to possibly leave? Because at the end of the day, just because slavery was done,
No,
and they
slavery
were,
wasn't ended.
at the time that they gave the
No, when they
75
gave
acres
it,
in
when they did Freedom Land Act, slavery was still in existence.
So that's even that drives my point even more. They scared to go and try to. You
So
know
do
how
you-
long
Someone,
of a walk that
someone
is?
tell you, I'm gonna give you freedom right now.
Yeah, I'm
Here's some money, and we gonna get a
And
caravan
you might
of
make
people,
it, or you might not.
or I can stay
I'ma
in
take that
slavery.
chance,
I'm gonna take
though.
that chance because right now,
Fear
That-
drives
but-
fear
okay,
drives the
let's-
world.
let's
Fear
fast
drives the
forward.
entire
That's
world.
the same shit that's going on right now in the inner city and in every ghetto in America. Look, all right, boom. So we got a choice, right? We got this fucked up ass condition, right? We in this fucked up ass condition.
Yeah.
So the easiest way is for us to know how to rap, play basketball, be funny.
That's what they taught us.
Or
The
sell.
easiest
This the
way
same
was.
mindset, though.
the same mindset.
It's the same mindset. I'll
Yeah.
use my personal experience. Me and my cousin grew up in the same house, around the same people, in the same circumstances, in the same conditions.
Yeah.
He chose different. This nigga
Yeah.
a doctor now. I'm where I'm at. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
our paths were. We both had choices to make.
So have you
And
never, both of y'all, have y'all never decided not to do something because you were scared to do it?
And yeah, but
Yeah, but
fear.
that's
Fear
the-
drives the world. Fear drives everything in a person. If you scared, you gonna try to do everything to keep from
But
doing
that's
who's
the
that.
point.
but
And
that's
then
a
you got
choice,
another
though.
person
Fear is a
keeping,
choice.
or another whole nother.
Let me tell you how I can tell you fear is a choice. I have a child right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? All my kids learn how to swim from jump. I got my boyfriend's daughter, she's scared of the water, whatever.
Right.
Fear is a choice. She want to get in that pool and swim like everybody else, she gonna have to jump.
Yeah, right.
And so fear is a choice. You could, if you know the reason you ain't moving is off of fear, you got to then tell yourself, either I'm gonna let this fear continue to cripple me, or I'm gonna complain and keep on saying, "Well, I could have did it, but I was scared." That's not my problem. I don't owe you nothing because you scared.
Right. We got the same 24. Hey, you scared? I'm not. It's gonna be a difference in life.
I hear girls
Y'all
all the
gotta
time. I
remember
want
we
to
were
sell
killing
weed.
masses.
We still killing ourselves.
Exactly. So
killing
fear. So and because we're still.
I don't think now. Sorry, not to cut you off, but
No,
I don't think now in Zen X or Z, whatever it is. Yeah, I don't think they live in fear at all.
Oh no, they don't.
I don't think
they don't. They don't. They don't. I 110%. My daughter ain't scared of nothing. My son ain't scared. They don't even have a thought to have a fear.
I'll be honest with you. I think until my parents' generation is dead, and I hate to say this like this, but it's the truth.
It's the truth. They fucked us up.
Until they gone, we gonna be fucked for a long time. They can give us reparations right now, and that money gonna get blown.
Yeah.
Because their mindset is still
the same.
channeling that fear into their children. They were then taught, religious fear and all that stuff. So even if we all were to get 40 acres and a mule right now and $40,000, half of them gonna go out and get an Escalade.
That's facts. Caddy gonna be the #1 dealership in America.
I'm
gonna pull up like this.
And guess what's gonna happen? The generational wealth gap is only going to increase because niggas not gonna invest that money into generational wealth. They're going to invest it in a good look for 5 minutes.
I think these new niggas will though, because the new hustle, like honestly, I follow a lot of these little young dudes, and they be 23, 24 years old. They homeowners. They investing in real estate. Even if they is dibbing and dabbing in what they doing or whatever they doing, it's no longer.
Just last week we did an interview with a young lady on the bus.
Sure did.
She was 23 years old.
23
years old. She already owned a house. She was she already owned a house at 23. I was like, wow. Already.
I was fucked up. 23.
Yeah. I mean, I was 26, but yeah.
Same shit.
Yeah, that's amazing. But so you can't account for bad apples ruining for everybody else.
They not, but you got to imagine that she probably came from a household similar to the one I'm raising right now, where she was taught that you can be a business owner, and you don't got to go to college to be a business owner, but you got to go to college to work for a business. Right? So at 23 years old, she already had a mindset of, this is what I need to do to execute. We still got a generation of people who think that they can't be successful if they don't have a degree and if they're not getting up and going to work from 9 to 5.
They think it's easier to be successful by getting a degree and going to work.
All right, let me ask y'all this.
There's a lot of kids that's just confused.
Yeah, exactly. And honestly, in my opinion, we're not really making it no better, because for me personally, my mom's values, I have none of those.
Right.
And I think that's why
I have none of those.
Gen Z is going to be okay because they're not religious. And I hate to say it, but religion cripples the mind and creates a fear factor. Right. So yeah, the Gen Z getting reparations may be valuable, but here's the problem: Gen Z is so fucking mixed. You go ask them, they don't even write that they black or white. They just put other on everything. Guess what are you?
Yeah.
Right. But all right, so do y'all think? Let's ask this question. Y'all think we deserve it?
No. Yes.
I think we deserve it.
I think we deserve it.
I think we deserve it. The reason why I say we deserve it is because of the time and age we live in right now. When we're so separated and so diverse between the other cultures, and we're losing every day our black children to prisons, to gunshots, to different things that's going on with us not being able to get ahead
your community.
in life.
So
there's no way to get ahead.
Here's the question: so are you saying we deserve reparations not for slavery, but we deserve reparations for economic stimulus?
That's what I'm more in agreement with.
Okay.
With economic
because we're started off at a bad start.
Right. Yeah.
We're started off
at a disadvantage.
That's what I already.
Okay, so
half of everybody in America, just in my experience of what I've seen so far, are getting felonies at the age of 17, 18, stuff like that. You know,
for sure.
Whose choice
pulling
was?
them over.
But whose choice was it to break the law?
Mine.
Definitely my choice.
Listen.
But even though broke the law, if I had a little, you know.
Even though I hear what you're saying about the choice of breaking the law, but it's still diverse in between. You know, if a white kid breaks the law and I break the law, a white kid break the law, they get a misdemeanor, they get a tap on the hand, they go. We break the law, we on probation, we on getting a felony, and we mess up on that probation, which they know we are, and then we go to prison.
Right. Well, only reason I excuse a young child for in a ghetto. Now you can't because you're brought up into a structure of violence and whatever. So your only means of understanding on how to get by and do what you need to do. And I'm glad you said means of understanding because education, which is what we're pushing, because we're behind. You got to remember that we're behind. They already have that education. We don't have that, so we have to. With them, our generation going to school and learning, we have to catch up.
Right.
I don't think it's an education level. I think it's a society. Like if you go in the ghetto, right? And everybody's poor, systematically broken, right? Then you're gonna be led to a life of crime and robbery, stealing, selling drugs because your only way to understand and get out. That's the only thing available to you to get out.
Now I agree and disagree with that only because I'm from the ghetto, right? And I'm from Compton, right? You know, I'm from the streets and the slums and the neighborhood, right? But the thing about it is, I'm agreeing with you on this as well. It's about choice. I never chose to sell some dope. Right. I never chose to sit up there and be a part of a gang. I never chose to smoke or do anything of that. I went and got a college education. Yeah.
Well, you were also lucky though because you were athletic. So when it came to sports, track, and basketball, right, you automatically
you had something else. Like, all right, imagine a nigga that's born in the projects, right? This nigga ain't got no talents whatsoever, nigga. Nigga can't dribble the basketball, can't rap for shit, ain't funny, ugly than the motherfucker, can't do nothing.
He can get bitches to get money.
That's it. You get money. How you get money? The shit you see every day. This is how we get money.
This is how it's taught.
Nigga, I ain't know we was fucked up till we was about 13. I ain't really know we was poor motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't really know till I went to group homes. And they start shipping me off to the county and all that shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
Right. So systematically, I think we deserve reparations. That's why I think we deserve that shit. Because we're born and placed into ghettos, and we're placed into these little boxes where we can't leave off these 10 blocks. Right. You know what I'm saying?
We can't even afford to. And then the moment that we are able to afford to, inflation happens, and now you can't afford to again.
Or they just come in and gentrify our neighborhoods
that's who now they want it.
Have you seen Austin lately?
Nigga, I can tell you right now, my apartment was $550. I mean, and I moved there because I was trying to save money and staff, right? But I paid $550 for a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. The people who moved upstairs, their apartment went up for rent. It's now $975 for the same 2-bedroom, 1 bath. They ain't made no upgrades to it. That shit. Nothing, and they don't pay the water bill no more. So the motherfucker paying twice as much as I'm paying for the same fucking apartment. I mean, but here's the thing: I live in Willow, so this neighborhood they can't afford. The people who live over here, they can't afford $975 for a 2-bedroom apartment. Yeah. So the apartment's been open since last year. Right, it's about going on a year. So that bitch is gonna stay open. Who paying $975? And we live in Killeen. Nigga, $975 was a 4-bedroom house back in 2002.
Sure. I remember I had a 4-bedroom house for $750 in 2013.
When I moved here, I came here from Cali. I was paying $1,800 for a studio apartment. I moved over by Killeen High School they had brand new duplexes when they first built them. It was $680, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, garage, backyard. That was 2004. Nigga, I called my husband. I said, "Hey, go ahead and call the people and tell them we breaking the lease because it's gonna be cheaper for me to put break that lease." Yeah. And I was able to pay the rent, the deposit, and the next month rent for the same price I paid for a studio in California.
Right.
But you can't get that here now.
Yeah, no.
Nigga, that same apartment right now, $1,600.
But it's crazy at other places.
It is.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Other places
Yeah.
that the same
But
thing.
you know what? You know one
Price
thing I'm
going
scared
up.
of though is that they do try to dispute reparations, whatever like that. You got so many scam artists, man.
Oh yeah.
And what happened with the COVID thing,
Oh,
as you know, as a business owner, as you know,
Anybody.
you're a business owner and stuff like that.
PPP. Shout out to PPP.
I
Man,
wish.
I wish I ain't got it. When
I
I
know
know
right
nobody got in
scammers.
trouble.
I know right
Real.
scammers. I did not know the right scammers. And I know
I
some
did.
scammers.
I did. I had
And
the
I know
homies
the right
calling me.
ones.
My homeboy
Girl,
was
you
like, "Hey, I give you this
girl.
amount off of every one that you process." Now I did get my referral fee,
Right.
but I
That's
never
what I
did
was
it on
getting.
my own because
That's how
I was
I
like,
came
"Nigga,
up.
I ain't putting my social and shit
Yeah.
on no shit like that."
Mm-hmm.
But then when I
gonna
found that
Fear.
none of them motherfuckers got
Fear.
caught, I was like, "Damn, I could have got like at least 60
Listen,
stacks."
I was cool with my little referral fees because I wasn't. You know what I
Fear.
mean? Like,
But real business
you
owners-
know what it was?
Real-
I had just got my LLC. I had just got the business account and everything. I really already knew about SBA. That was the
Yeah.
goal.
Anyway.
See, SBA
Yeah.
been around since the 50s.
Oh, yeah.
That shit been around. They cut some
Most
red
definitely.
tape when the you know what I mean.
We just got
situation
educated
popped
on
off,
it,
but
for sure.
it wasn't really, niggas wasn't looking for that type of information. So I really didn't want to fuck up my shit for what I got and what we get ready to do now. You know what I mean? So
Shit.
it's like,
At the time, all you needed was a DBA.
that's it.
Yep.
A DBA.
I was working for LegalZoom, and these white people was calling in, registering for DBAs all the other day. Just give me a DBA and the
Just give me a DBA and the
EIN.
EIN number. That's it.
Man, but that's how, like you said, fear, sometimes it's not just fear, it's criminal, right? Some white people
Oh, yeah.
are not scared to break the law.
On
they're not
paper,
gonna get no
they
time.
not gonna-
Exactly.
they-
No,
Exactly.
they get their little time, just like
But
we
not
get
like
ours.
we gonna get.
No.
But
You
not like we
should
gonna
not
do
No,
it.
what
did
they
that.
do is the same thing pharmaceutical companies know. They know that there's a risk,
They know
but the
the
reward is
loopholes of
greater,
that shit,
right?
Yeah.
Like when they let go of baby powder, come to find out they knew that shit caused
They
cervical
been
and
knew that
ovarian
shit.
cancer, right?
Baby.
But the amount, you know how much money they made though over 40
Before-
years before somebody put a claim in? They got so many billions. All they had to do was pay out 750 million. Nigga, we got 30 billion.
Baby, I'm talking about I had so much baby powder put on me as a kid. Do you hear
For
me?
real, that's
you come
old
out that
people
shower.
shit.
Yeah, what?
That's old people shit.
From the
It's
beginning
hot
to the
outside.
end.
Come on in here.
Man, I used to get mad because my mom used to put in my
Beginning to the
panties,
end.
and then like when I put my pants on, I had black jeans,
Yeah.
and you got that
Power, girl, okay.
Host right here.
Hey man, it's your boy South Philly Reef, the one and only host with the most. I got the butter, you got the toast. What's happening?
Yeah. Young lady.
My name is Keisha.
Okay, Keisha. We don't know low about you. What's up?
Uh-huh.
She said, "My name Keisha."
Right there.
Yeah, Milky, what's up, man? Introduce Keisha for you and yourself.
This the girl Keisha, but it's the girl Milk. I'm a jack of all trades. I'm just trying to get paid, you know.
I ain't mad.
And
Get
the
your
queen
money, girl.
herself, man, what's going down?
What's up, y'all? It's
Yeah.
Vida. Neighborhood Daiquiris right here. Neighborhood food truck, 903 West Rensselaer Ave, Killeen, Texas, 76501.
Good
And
plug.
that's how you represent
Good
it.
plug. Good
Yeah.
plug. Good plug. So
Good
today,
plug.
So we put your grease trap in your building.
Did you? Hey, that's my. Hey, we gonna have. Girl, for real?
That was the ex.
So you just came in here.
Yikes.
And we're going on a conversation and we're talking about reparations. You know what I'm saying? Are we allowed reparations?
14
Should we
years.
have reparations?
What?
And it's a big topic right now because
That's-
Dr. Phil
wow,
got on the
interesting. We're gonna talk about
horn
that
on
later.
TV.
Yeah.
I don't know why he put his nose in the business talking about any people should have that much money or whatsoever like that because, you know, they're talking about distributing almost $350,000 per person, you know, and over 40 million people of black people that are around the states, you know. So he was like that anybody that'll get that much money shouldn't get that much money because it wouldn't do the right thing with it and they'd be broke by the next year. I don't believe that, and I don't see how he has the consequence, you know, the way he can say some shit like that. But
All that's
we were
gonna
trying to get everybody's
happen
opinion on that.
Is the price gonna go up? Everything gonna go. It's gonna skyrocket, and you still gonna. In my mind,
Listen,
because I
Ferrari
know the
gonna
way to
go
work.
up.
Yeah,
It's gonna be like the
price
coke
gonna
rush
go
in the
up.
80s in Miami.
Yeah, the price gonna go
You
up.
give niggas a bunch of money. I mean, I still want mine. You give me, let me, because I feel like we deserve it.
Oh yeah, most
You know,
definitely deserve it.
For
But
the
But we-
late start.
You're
But-
right. You know, the thing is the black people are the economy. We are expected to be the ones that spend. We don't own anything. So when we spend our money, it don't come back into our community.
Black people are the number one consumers of products in the world.
Yep. They got a whole book that says how to sell to a Negro.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
Yeah.
So if you give us $350,000, only thing that's going to happen is it's going to increase the generation of the gap, the wealth gap. So because we don't own anything unless we go into the mindset with a game plan, right? Black people come together and say, okay, you better get 350, I'm about to get 350, you better get 350. Let's go do this, and let's do like a neighborhood economical growth system.
We need our own economy. We need our own economy.
Like Bruce is saying. But if that doesn't happen, we're just going to go out to the stores and spend our money again with the Jews and the Mexicans and the Asians, and they going to get richer, and we don't have no way for the money to circulate back into us.
If y'all didn't see what Dr. Phil said about saying the whole scenery about his episode talking about the economical wealth about things. He made a comment that made me think about educating people whatsoever. I think that we should get the money, but I think there should be a stipulation. And that stipulation should be, you should be able to pass this course. You should be able to have a financial literacy or some kind of point to be able to have some course to be able to get the bread.
But that's not fair because you got to understand
you got black people who can't read.
I got a woman right now who lives next door to me, 65 years old. I don't know how many times I had to show her how to pay her fucking bill on an app on the phone. She can't do it. Right. You know what I'm saying? You could go and teach her 5,000. I just showed her how to go and from her Roku to her Fire Stick. She still can't do it.
And that goes into my point.
So you're going back to the poor people not being able to get it.
Yeah, we're talking about people from our age perspective, though. Yeah. We all coming from our age group. I think our children got the right idea. Oh yeah. I don't know what it is about this generation of kids now, but they all have. I met a little girl Sunday. She 10 years old. Got 5 books published already. She got, you know what I mean? It's like all of them have this ownership. But the problem would be if it's a stipulation with reparations, right? Everything is so blended, everybody's so diversified, everybody's mixed, everybody this and that and this and that. Where does it? Who's really?
What percentage of black do you even have to be?
Like, I mean, it's the same thing like because with Indians, you have to be a certain percent in order to get X, Y, and Z.
You get for to be Indian, the more Indian you get, the more money you get.
I mean, shit.
So, but my thing is like I said, you're gonna get black people who gonna be able to pull their family tree and see that nobody in their family ever was a slave.
Right.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Which is why you say not for slavery first.
I say if you got African American on your ID and it says you're an African American, you should get the check.
I need my bread.
Okay,
I need my reparations.
What about
I had to deal with everything else that came along with it.
Let's say Meghan Markle, for example.
Okay.
I mean, really, has she been oppressed?
No,
her color alone, even though she got a lot of black in her, she didn't even understand that she was black until she got married.
That's it.
That's why the bitch is sitting there complaining about shit that we like, bitch, what? What you talking about? What she said? They check the baby ears. Nigga, what? Nigga, we do that. Nigga, I check my baby's fingernails. Like, oh, she gonna be dark.
That's how you tell what the baby gonna be.
You know what I mean?
That's common knowledge. My grandma taught me that.
But she ain't had she didn't go through nothing. Her whole fucking document's like, I went through such a great life and my friends were white. I didn't realize I was black until somebody called my mom a nigger.
Right.
So now what we gonna give her 300? She's so fucking privileged. She married into the royal family who is known for oppressing black people.
Right. That's what they.
So what if we say you have to be under a certain stature to be able to get the money or something like that?
Well, let's say she wasn't rich, right? She's a black woman, about, we say 20-30% black, right? Yeah. She got with a white man and had kids. Do her kids deserve reparations? Now, they more white than they are black, but their mama was black, and her mama was a nigga with dreads. Right. Do her kids, who gonna come out with red hair and blue eyes, deserve reparations?
Because they're partial black.
Because their mama is partial black.
Right. I mean, it gotta be stipulations. What those stipulations would be, I don't know. And from my point of view,
And who gets to make up those stipulations?
You know what I mean?
We can go to paper bag route.
And we in the
you know what I mean? That's what you know what my head at.
Paper bag route.
And I'm on some real shit. We in the year of trans, nigga. Is the trans race people gonna get the money because they identify as black?
No.
Rachel Dozell was running motherfucking NAACP, and the bitch was white. Mama pink, daddy pink. Everybody smell like pigs when they go outside for 5 minutes.
Oh my God.
Get high, she turned pink. Bitch,
don't get me shut down, nigga. Don't get me shut down.
All I'm saying is,
that's a fact, though. It's public record.
It's public record.
We got a right to speak on.
I'm telling a few jokes because I'm funny. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, just Rachel Dozell get reparations because she identified as a black woman.
I mean, that's a good point. That's a valid ass point.
I mean, I'm just saying, blurred lines like a motherfucker.
Do I give you
I'm
credit?
pretty sure I fit all the criteria. So America, if you're listening, please let me get my check. What I do with it at that point is my business is no longer your business. It's not their business. Can I get my money? Can I get my money? Because I've been through some shit as a black man. I have been falsely incarcerated. I have been accused. I'm under. Listen.
Okay. Talk about that one. It's a lie. Turn your phones off and videos off. It's a lie.
I need my money.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. They hand that shit out. I'm gonna be first and last. I be like, we don't deserve it. But I be putting that motherfucker. Actually, I be sitting there sending my direct deposit. Waiting for that motherfucker to go ding. Like, oh shit, it's there.
And another thing is, too, it's harder. I mean, it's very hard, one, for black women, but it's super hard for black men. You know, we're going to jail, getting incarcerated by the thousands, millions, you know, through all the states.
Slavery, though, bro.
And it's just like, you know, we don't get any chances worth nothing.
Well, shit, if that's the case, then black women definitely deserve it because then we left unprotected because all our men is taken away, and then we left with single family households because they jailed our husbands. So I'm just saying.
And that's why I'm getting to the point.
And then you know what?
Because they're getting taken away, the black women are getting left alone.
And then the black family is broken.
Yes.
That's been the plan.
I think it was structured. I think it was structuring the black family to be more together if they had some type of way to be together with money, you know, like, I mean, I'm just saying the majority.
Listen,
the
bro.
majority.
So then what you're saying is that they can give us our money until there's a reform into society because those things haven't changed.
Yeah, that's still the
same. We still live in a world where our men is getting falsely jailed, killed.
You could be 100% legit. Let the police get behind you. You're still scared.
Nigga.
You know, somebody made a joke the other day, and it really put some real life things to me. They said that, you know, how would you stop the cops from shooting you? Look, everybody needs to go get life insurance. Everybody needs to go get life insurance. If everybody had life insurance, every black person had life insurance, you think they'd still be killing niggas?
No, because the insurance company would insure that we didn't get killed.
That's true.
But then, here's the question, right? Here's the thing. We could all go out and get insurance, but let me tell you, when you're struggling and you're living paycheck to paycheck, and at the end, after you pay all your bills, you got $70 left, and that's got to get your kid some lunch money for their field trip, and just in case of emergency, I might need $10 here. You ain't got $15 to give somebody for some insurance for your house.
That's why I need my check. That's why.
What if we were to distribute a check like this, like, you know what I'm saying, in payments? Almost like, you know, what's that one check everybody gets?
Stimulus check.
Oh, they gonna kill us so quick.
You get it in checks, like far as in like
everybody going to jail so you
month,
can't
right?
get it.
You get installments. You get installment with a check, and you get free education.
$1,000 a month is too low.
But you know what?
That's not going to do nothing.
And now it's
going
to
to
continue to
free education,
that
your life insurance.
So let me tell you
life insurance and free education.
It has a possibility of working, but let me tell you what. You know what happened? They did something similar in Washington where they basically reformed the schools where every parent get a check and you get to decide where your kid go to school. But you know what happened? In the poor communities, you're in the ghetto where the mama's on crack and doing this and the third, she getting a check and she not sending her kids to school. She using the money to buy this and get high and this and the third. So now the children whose parents is getting a check that's already disadvantaged is even more disadvantaged because they can't even go to school. So, yeah, go ahead, you going to send me my reparations check, but that don't mean my poor crackhead ass mama ain't about to go spend it as soon as that shit hit.
I mean, but even if you giving it to me in lump sum, it don't mean my mama gon'.
I mean, I think there should be a big sit down between black people and seeing what would be the stipulations between things. But I don't figure the fact is.
I think it should be a conversation between black people and the lawmakers because
black
honestly,
folks, it's not. We all come from the perspective of our age and all that.
Exactly, because it's gonna cause so much confusion.
Nah, nigga, we can have our own reparations and all that shit right now. If you look, everything is about freedom right now. Everything about freedom. All information is public information.
Ooh, right here.
Right.
This shit right here, you can literally type in anything and know something. Okay, so let's go back 50 years. How many black billionaires did you have?
Right.
Now, in 2023, nigga, it's hundreds of black billionaires, thousands of black billionaires.
Especially in different countries.
We don't really, if you want to get down to the revolutionary shit, we don't need the government to do nothing for us. We are the #1 consumer of product in the world. That means every single product is, except for guns. White folks got that shit in the bag. Everything else, niggas buy that shit.
Honestly, it's gonna be all about the coming together of the black. Because if we can't come together, then it's not.
Gonna pick
they're
the
still
leaders?
gonna.
That's what we're gonna have.
You make yourself a leader.
But then you gonna have conflict.
Then
you gonna have conflict.
You're not. But
we have leaders. But here's the issue right now. The issue is that our leaders before was built on religion. Right. We had Martin Luther King ran the Christianity, Malcolm X was the Muslims, and our kids are disassociating themselves with religion and becoming spiritual. So you can't get the same type of leader coming to preach, and there's a divide in generation, right? So like I'm just speaking of 1 to 2, right? But most of them, all of them, the common ones are all religious figures, right? We're in a state right now where, from me on down, we're not fucking with religion.
Right.
Yeah. So can't nobody come preaching to me about Jesus or Muhammad or all that in an attempt to not control, but to gather me. So, and then you gonna have the new age people who are like young Pharaoh and stuff like that. That's not religious, but they're not gonna be able to reach my mama. Right. Because my mom ain't trying to hear no little young nigga cussing. You know what I'm saying? Even though he spin facts and can lead and bring us in, my mama don't hear it because he ain't said Jesus. Right. And if he did, the Jesus had nappy hair, and my mama ain't fucking with no black Jesus at all.
But that's why, as a community leader, then you bring all the rest of it. No matter, because it's the same thing like backgrounds. Like
they gotta die first.
All time.
And I mean, I'm not telling them to hurry up and do it. I'm just saying we're not going to be able to move forward until they are no longer in existence.
Hello?
Because not only
what y'all doing
what
today?
them being alive is fucking us up, is because they still controlling their kids, right?
All up. We need the old generation.
Man, I was thinking COVID was gonna take them out. You know, because the niggas are sick. You know what I'm saying? They all got diabetes, high blood pressure. I was like, oh, them niggas is about to be gone. But they hung on tight, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying, like, nigga, y'all is fucking with our progression.
I'll take the check.
Cause then y'all still getting us up in the morning and having us fucking get Easter eggs and shit. No,
I ain't gonna lie, I had an Easter egg hunt.
I mean, we all do shit, but
I just had an Easter egg hunt, but just because my kids
we're
eggs.
Because we're still grounded in tradition that's controlling us, and that tradition was given to you by your mama.
But do you think so? You think tradition is a bad thing?
I think that false tradition is.
We don't know our own tradition. We don't know our culture on what we came from and our old tradition.
I think a lot more know now.
We were enslaved and butchered and put into this Christianity and Christmas and everything else that they've been talking about right now. And that's all the fact. We thought something way other. We praised something else. We everybody knows God, but we did something else on our culture as a people, as black people. They took that from us.
But you know what the saddest part is we culture appropriating right now. I just had this talk with Juneteenth. Nigga, It's so still, even in Africa, there's still so many different religions and traditions. The continent is so fucking big.
Huge.
There's not even, if you go from South Africa to East, they
It's
don't
the
have the
completely
same
different
religion or culture or
And
anything.
that's why you create
So
your own
here we are
traditions, your own
thinking,
culture.
we getting up and putting on kente cloth, and with the kente we put on was probably the cloth that enslaved us and sent us on the ship. We
Come
don't
on.
even know.
Come on.
So even if you want to, you would have to be able to go back and be able to say what part and what continent that you actually came from to even know what's going on.
Milky make me want to go get
That's
a
true, but
motherfucking turtleneck and a bandana, nigga.
But
Bow to the people, god damn it.
Right, period. I love that little fro too.
You should run for office. For real.
Man, it's hard. You want us to grow, and like I said, I hate to say it again, but until our parents, the baby boomers, is gone, we're going to live in a cycle of fear and control because they're still living in fear and control, and they don't want to get out of it because they're comfortable.
And if because there is a division to me, right? So that they may live in fear and control, but you don't. And I know I damn sure don't. So at the end of the day, you ain't gotta be gone. I don't gotta listen to you. I don't have to agree with you. We can vote. We can. There's systems in place that we can. Hey, okay, no, we're not going with the religious side of things. Unfortunately for y'all, y'all just have to be mad about it. We doing this right here. You know what I'm saying? You can create that, but it takes somebody to create it.
Again, I think we need our own economy.
We doing it though.
Yeah,
especially our little kids or the younger generation, those 25, 27, 33, the motherfuckers out here.
Oh yeah.
They got
and they not letting up. They don't want. They not. You ain't about to catch them in no Jordans. The motherfuckers at the thrift stores. Getting fly to fresh.
Jumping back into what we used to wear.
Okay. Nigga had on Reebok from Walmart. Fly to the motherfucker.
Fly as a motherfucker. They ain't know where they came from.
I'm like, nigga, I'd have got jumped in school.
I don't know. My generation, my generation, like you just. But
I wore Payless.
I about to say I wore Reebok.
I was mad when they
I love me a fresh pair of brand new white crispy classics.
Ooh.
See,
that was my.
I was so gangster, nigga. I wore penny loafers.
Now, where you from again?
I'm from Killeen.
You from Killeen? Okay.
76501.
Okay.
That's me. But yeah.
From the borough.
From the foe.
Yeah.
From the foe.
Hey man, listen, I'm usually way more, and I'm here and I like, again, where's that one at we had earlier, that hemp, what was it?
That Afghan.
Yes, Afghan purple.
Right here, Afghan purple right there.
Tap in with this hemp right here. This turn niggas into scholars and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? We just had a whole conversation about reparations, you know what I mean? It started with a roll up, and that's how we ended up. But do I think we deserve reparations? Whether I believe we deserve it, and I just want the check. Just give me the check. I don't know. I know how these ladies feel about it, but I just want the check. I know what I'm gonna do.
I just want to say I apologize to anybody I offended, but I mean that shit wholeheartedly. I just don't know the right words to make you not offended. So if I say die already, I meant it. But in a nice way. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Miss Mabel, how you doing? Yeah, you still around, huh? We waiting on you to get this generational gap closed. You fucking up, man.
You know what we need? We need Baba Tunde back.
Yeah.
You know Baba Tunde is my mentor.
Yeah, his wife just passed.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Young Tunde.
Yeah, they always trying to make, just off topic, and it's pretty much the same thing, but they always try to make us black people seem like we ain't got nothing. And I was looking at researching something the other day, and Africa, because they don't want to protest that Africa don't have anything. They always say it's broke or something like that. No, Africa's rich.
Oh yeah, very rich.
Africa is super rich.
Rich in
everything. And every time they try to come on about this, they kill their leaders off. They kill. I don't know if you got. I research a lot. Yeah. They kill their leaders off. And they do that on purpose because they don't want us to see what's really going on, where we really come from, or what we really doing.
If you do the real research, South Africa got more Indian people in South Africa, almost as many Indians in South Africa as there is in India.
Nah, that's a fact.
Interesting.
Trevor Noah will let you know right now.
Trevor, yeah.
He'll tell you right now, it's just as many Indians as there is black people. And in Asia coming over, taking over.
We're not staying in India, we're going to South Africa. That's where the gold bars are. We're going there.
And if they there, you know the money there.
The money there. If they there, the money there.
Baby.
But Africa, now I got a homie over there right now. He tell me damn near every month. He's like, bro, I don't give a fuck what you doing. Whatever industry you in, go to Africa, you'll quadruple that shit. The way he lived is crazy. Yeah. Again, though,
they give me my reparations. I'm going back to Africa. I don't even know about 350, nigga. I'll be on the same boat. Let's go.
Hey, do you think that would be a thing? It could be. A lot of people would just leave.
You know
United
what?
States.
Africa was just saying last week that's the reason why we don't come there because we can't afford it. Yeah. But once we can afford to get up and be able to take a week off, nigga, we all gonna be able to like.
Hey, you know they built that new city, Akon City. Have you not heard about Akon City?
That's probably where I'm going.
That's been going on for over 10 years, bro.
I just say stay away from Oprah shit.
Akon and Oprah and LeBron and all of them.
Like BB, that's my
LeBron was over there during the whole pandemic. They got a bubble over that motherfucker. I just Akon, he started off with the power into that village. He brought power over it, and then now he started. You know, that's what they've been pushing this shit for like 10 years now.
We just late.
Akon City.
Hey, shout out to LeBron though, because not only is he doing shit in Africa, that nigga rebuild and revitalize Cleveland.
Definitely,
nigga. Akron, Dayton, and I'm born in Cleveland, so shout out to the Cavs.
Hey.
But that nigga Cleveland, Ohio was the poorest city in the United States.
I think LeBron should be one of our leaders, bro. If we
was looking for one,
if you serious, like take the basketball out of it, just look at his character like most NBA players. They not with the girl that they was with in the gym. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Man.
You don't never see that nigga in no super scandals or none of that
We still ain't seen him in no super stupid scandals. None. Ain't no bitches come up saying I got a baby by him.
And you won't. Like, he is, I think, to me, in my opinion, I think he's one of the most positive influences.
Where they find this super nigga from?
And the nigga, like, no, for real. And the nigga actually took
King James
his platform and do like even Oprah. Let's be real. Oprah gave niggas in America a 2-piece and a biscuit. Nigga. She gave everybody in America a 2-piece and a biscuit. Gave them white folks in that audience. All these middle class people gave them brand new cars. Then went somewhere else and built her shit. She ain't do shit in Chicago. Ain't none of that shit. Like she went over there and did it. She didn't do that here.
You know what pisses me off about Oprah though? She didn't have no fucking kids. So that means all her generational wealth is going to be left to foundations, which are ran by
white folks.
So that means all her money gone. So all this hard work you doing only to leave it. I mean, the least you could have did was adopted a child.
Nigga, that was years ago. I was done with Oprah. I said, she gave all the niggas the 2-piece and the biscuit. Nigga, that's it.
You got it.
Well, that's it. I ain't gonna get that shit.
I got it.
I really was mad.
I'm just saying, her and Gail gay ass could have had the dog with half on the baby. You know what I'm saying? All this fucking money. Stedman ain't got no child with her and she never married him.
No,
that's her lifetime boyfriend. Cause
I mean, I would hope that Oprah would put things in place.
She not Whitney Houston.
To ensure that her is
like fuck that
is appropriated correctly.
Yeah.
I mean,
we can all dream, but I still want my check. I make my dreams a reality. Please.
I'm a spin man.
I'm a spin.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm getting a lace front as soon as.
Oh my god.
You know that's what bitches gonna say. I get my nails did, bitch. Somebody and I get a flute out, bitch.
There's somebody getting a car off top.
And I get some crab legs, bitch. And they not gonna be on food stamps, bitch. What? We gonna be good.
I'm gonna be all over.
That's why. They talking about us, not have reparations.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna be all over the place. Stamp my passport.
That was Milky talking.
I was about to say, I don't know what I'll do.
Stamp my passport.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm even get buy me a male escort.
Look. Oh my god.
Yeah, wait.
Hey, where you? Hey, dingling. Can't dingling.
She got the nigga saying to the phone at the dingling.
Do that. Silly. Why he in there cooking grits and shit?
Oh my god.
Hey yo.
I'm just saying. I might just get a couple husbands.
I had a good time with you.
You don't think that it would be like more black businesses?
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, most definitely.
Now,
because we have some great ideas as a people. So
it'd be some stupid businesses, but it'd be some more businesses.
Hey, but you know what?
I think I got the capabilities right now to start another Black Wall Street.
We do.
And Urban Power been on it.
That's my people. Shout out to UPC, man. Shout out to Regis and all the staff and them over there at Urban Power Connections. One of my sponsors, Urban Power Connections. I love you guys over there. But tap in with UPC, man. They really buying back the block. They really are buying back the block. Their whole objective is Black Wall Street. You know what I mean? Like,
If I was to get my 350, that would be somebody I would link with and be like, "What's the next developmental plan?"
Yeah, on it right now.
And let me put my percentage down. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because that's always been my goal. Like I always said, if I won a lotto right now, I'm just buying land, and whoever want to come can come. We about to build some grocery stores. You got the grocery store, okay? But we about to build a little community. We all gonna live on the same block. It's gonna be duplexes. You know what I'm saying? A, B, C, D. We'll have a little school. The black mamas ain't got shit to do.
Hey, you know they got that in Atlanta right now. Well, in Georgia, they have a community of small houses all ran by black people. So I think it's 150. It was 150 people got together, and that shit growing. That shit real.
Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, community when people come together, you can do amazing things.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I'm heavy on that. I'm heavy on that.
And I'm not gonna say that it has to be the men. I'm just saying if we had a strong black man,
it has to be.
Yeah, because women only gonna gravitate to
the men.
Yeah, that's why the church is where it is. If you go to the church, it's the pastor and like 5,000 black bitches.
Wow.
All admiring.
We get into a whole nother conversation because this is what I tell niggas all the time, and it's the truth. Black pastors derived from the pimps in the 60s and the 70s, bro. When pimping, mind you, pimping went on for ages. It wasn't really you know what I mean? And when they start crashing down on it,
pimping never dies.
I'm telling you, the black preachers, the black pimps had it. They went to preaching.
They needed the next motherfucking non-taxable income.
A lot of motherfuckers was looking for that shit. One nigga got on. That's how the whole 42nd and Broadway in New York shut down. Them niggas started being preachers.
It only makes sense. Because if you get up there and you're talking against every...
pimping. You are pimping.
I went through it. I had to catch myself one time. I'm sitting there listening to a sermon. And I'm sitting there looking at the pastor like, that nigga, I would have sucked off. Boy, off that motherfucking monkey, right? And I'm sitting there thinking to myself like, hold on, this whole church is filled. I know it's got to be at least another 75%. Even the ones that's married is sitting there thinking, I wish my husband was like Bishop. I ain't going to say his name. Bishop so-and-so, woo-to-woo-wop. You know what I'm saying? So we got to have that male figure that's going to be able to, I wouldn't say manipulate, but the black woman needs to be. She needs to be guided. She needs to feel like the man that she's following can lead her. So he has to be a strong man. And then the men around need to also look at this nigga and be like, that's that nigga. If I could be somebody, I could be like him. Chicks gotta want to
fuck him and niggas gotta want to be him.
That's it.
The thing when you discover about leaders is this too as well. And the reason why people gravitate towards religion or try to be a preacher to become somebody is because okay, if I'm a preacher and nobody's gonna look at my background, I'm forgiven for whatever the fuck I did and whatever the hell not. But if I wanted to be a leader or something like that, whatever, you know, people would bring up my background. Oh, he went to prison for this and that, and he went to this and this, and you know, he did this time or whatever.
Because religion forgives.
Yeah. But
religion forgives. So now if you're a Christian and pastor was a pimp, but now he gave his life to Jesus and he didn't repent it, I'm going to give him my $2 because pastor's on the right track now. But if he was just on the street preaching, it's, nigga, you was just selling dope last week. Right, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to hear that shit.
But you don't think it's this though? It's like, you know, they put it's a systematic thing for them to control still.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, between picking religion just to be a leader. Because at the point in time, you're still giving to the masses and being Uncle Tom at the point because you're being a Christian leader. You know, if a regular black guy wanted to be a leader and was just, you know, just like, hey, I don't believe in Muslim or none of that. I just want to help my family and people and everything.
You know who got it right.
But they're going to destroy him on his background. They're going to destroy him.
Oh, Charleston, man.
That nigga Charleston White, I love that.
I love that nigga. You know what I'm saying?
That nigga's funny. And that nigga be
talking the shit. He be talking the truth.
That shit is real. You don't see none of these rappers, none of that shit. Like, yeah, nigga, like he, man.
Charleston White has a lot of facts points on everything he says. Even though he being funny, he being too little bit like belligerent between things he shouldn't.
Nah, but the point of it is that Charleston White online is a character, homie. It's because his background is basically from the streets to philanthropy to this shit he on right now. Because he's still in the he just did a joint in North Carolina with some friends of mine, people. He don't know that community. He got out there in the community and fed 1,000 people. He went to the schools while he was down there. So all that shit he do on the internet is just to really show you, like, bro, y'all really following a bunch of dickheads with
that
money.
ain't talking about nothing.
They ain't talking about
ain't doing
shit.
nothing.
Everything that we bob our head to, everything that we buy, everything that we do is all a part of the destruction of the black community. Period. Point blank. I don't give a fuck what you
said
like.
something though that hit my spirit, and I think this is the issue that we have. You said he be saying shit he shouldn't be saying it. And there is nothing
that you shouldn't.
When it's the truth, it should always be said. There is never a wrong time for the truth.
You can say it. Yeah, say it, and that's his point.
True that. I mean,
I
feel that.
It's like saying, like, great debaters said it, and it was always one of my favorite lines. The time for freedom, justice, and equality is always now.
Yeah.
Always now. It may hurt your feelings,
but
the truth is the truth.
Everywhere, all day.
And if it hurts your feelings, it's actually a good thing because that sparked an emotion, and emotion is what we react on.
Every word tell you that in your religion.
But that boy was talking about fuck King Von, this and that, you know what I'm
saying? That nigga's a serial killer though.
But look at the point though. Look at what motherfuckers is idolizing and look at what everybody talking about and what it's the programming of it, bro.
He's trying to show you
is, though, right? And this generation, or you know what I mean? Our generation, they a product of us. You know what I mean? They a product of the mentality I had when I was 15, man. Fuck hoes, get money.
Yeah. And he had a point.
We made millions of songs about it. Snoop Dogg came out with "We Don't Let Them Hoes," and that's it. I'm from that generation. I'm from that. I know what the mentality was. Fuck a bitch, get money. We ain't doing none of that but getting money. And if anything get in the way of that, it gotta go.
We uplift King Von, and then there's niggas talking about LeBron James and what's that Wilson guy? What's Sierra's?
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson, We don't. I'm not even talking about dresses. I'm talking about niggas that's actually moving and progressing the culture. Those niggas is looked at as clowns, while niggas like King Von and Mo 3 and you know what I'm saying.
That's what. But
you ain't never seen them niggas bring no turkeys. They ain't out here buying tennis shoes for back to school,
bro. Even in like the 80s, late 80s, early 90s, it still was that all the drug dealers, I know around my way, all the drug dealers, nigga, everybody got shit for Christmas. Everybody got shit for Thanksgiving. Everybody. I'm from the projects. Our projects is a different world from regular neighborhoods. Like, nigga, the whole hood gonna eat. The whole hood is gonna eat. Even if they drug dealers, but they still protecting the community. They still, I don't know, it's weird.
My bus stop was right in front of the neighborhood drug dealer's house. Every morning he made sure that everybody at that bus stop had breakfast.
And then the motherfuckers who had potential, that's what it was. Like the little niggas who had potential, you protect that. Mm-hmm. No, even when he
about to do some shit,
he come and get the fuck up out of here. Man. You ain't supposed to be.
I'll whoop your ass over here. I see you with a gun, nigga.
Get the fuck on.
But now you can't tell nobody else's kid no shit.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, that's a problem too.
That's a problem. That's why that little girl in the classroom thought she was gonna run up on that teacher.
Baby. So let me get your opinion on that, cause I promise you, if any of y'all children ever decide to run up on me, they gonna have a bad day.
I let any and everybody know when they ask me to babysit their kid, I spank them. Mm-hmm. So if it's an issue about how I'm not about to leave no bruises, and I'm not about to harm, I'm not gonna choke them out. But please believe,
I don't spank, but
I'm gonna spank you.
I'm gonna curse your little ass. You better go sit your little ass.
If you from 10 and down, I'm spanking you. After 10, you can't be spanking kids. It's under.
Hey man, that was a beautiful conversation. It's your boy South of the Reef. I had a lovely conversation with these lovely ladies right here. Don't forget to tap in, man. Like, share, subscribe. Royal Mike Flynn. We'll see y'all next time.
Call in.
Please call me. Ladies, tell them where they can find y'all at again, man.
Don't look for me.
Hold up. R. Kelly really threw a concert in jail?
Yeah. No.
Yes, he